Well, British Forces News has been given access to the location where the majority of service personnel working at the Olympics will be housed. James Banks reports from Hainault camp on the Essex border.
It might be too late for these soldiers to make it into this year's Olympic boxing team, but their place at the Games is secure regardless. Filling their downtime between shifts, they train, they relax, and they eat here at the temporary domestic accommodation camp in Hainault, East London.
If they're working off a night shift, they get a light meal before they go on, and they're fed out at the park, but they come back always to a full-blown dinner, or certainly a good breakfast.
OK, so it's not quite as comfortable as the Olympic Village, but for almost 3,500 armed forces personnel, it will be their home for the Olympics.
The feedback I've had has all been very positive. They find the cabins are all brand new, so they found them very comfortable. Unless they're more than 6 foot tall. The food, I've only heard good comments about the food, and for the rest of the time that they spend here, I think they're pretty happy with the setup.
Once inside the camp here, you could be fooled in thinking that you're in a forward operating base. Of course, there are one or two differences though. The armed forces personnel here aren't armed, it's not surrounded with HESCO, and it's got G4S manning the front gate. Last week's announcement that thousands of extra military security guards were required has meant that venues like this have had to try and squeeze in a few more beds.
We've been involved in some of the contingency planning for where, if extra troops are brought in, where they might be spending the time while they're supporting the Olympics. We've been involved in the contingency planning for that, but it hasn't had a major effect on us yet, no.
With this camp expected to reach capacity next week in time for the start of the Games, it's clear that more accommodation will be required for the extra troops. And an announcement is expected soon from the Ministry of Defence as to where this will be. James Banks, Forces News, East London.